and I'm just going to very loosely and lightly start to sketch out the shape of the larger petals on this flower that's closest to us. Object in our hand, which just makes things a little bit easier to control. So, disadvantages to using pastel pencils are that they don't cover as much space as pastels do. Pastel-like, then I would definitely suggest trying pastel pencils if you haven't already, because it's almost a mixture between the two. Now, we don't have to worry about these shapes that are here that are overlapping it, because we can go right over the top of those with another application of pastel, and that's what we're going to do. So if you don't like the warmer shadow that's kind of created by this mixture, you can use a combination of umber and a little bit of a darker blue. And just a little bit of an undertone here. And it seems very strong right now, but we're going to go right on top of it in just a moment. Another thing is our mind kind of tells us, well, that area is white, because we know that the flower is technically white, but in actuality it's really not necessarily white. It's got a bunch of grays and other values in there. I really have a lot of respect for people who can interpret shapes and forms very loosely, and they still communicate things pretty well. All right, let's try to cool that shadow down just a little bit, and I'm going to do a little bit of an experimentation. I'm going to try to cool it down here with this blue color, and I'm going to work in kind of a safe spot, and we'll see how that works out. Theoretically, the blue and the brown should mix to make a more natural black. And we just want to kind of very subtly cool the temperature of that shadow down. And there are some undertones of texture that are happening on these areas as well. So I'm going to pull some of these values downward just a bit. And again, this is a good opportunity to kind of pull it up maybe a little bit higher, just exaggerate it just a little bit. Take advantage of all those opportunities anywhere you can create some nice contrast. And that color is so strong and nice. I really like the way it pops off of that red, and especially, or off that white, and especially off that green. So it's kind of pinkish shape here. And again, we want the light source to be evident here, so we're going to put a little bit more pressure on the right side. Now it might not look super dark yet, but when we introduce the next color, it will. Pretty brilliant blue, and when we add it with the umber that we've already put down, it's going to kind of create a natural shadowed area. Not quite black. Some of that blue is going to show through, and we really don't want any black here. And this is a dark brown. It's really more of an umber. Just pull a few of those lines out from the center. We just want it to be dark enough so it kind of looks like it goes into the flower a bit without being dominating here. And our light source, remember, is coming from the left, but it's this little petal here kind of flows over the top and has a little bit of shadow right there. There's a little bit of definition that's going on. So with all that being said, you should also try to break the rules. Isn't art great? The way it contradicts itself. Or maybe that. You can find a color that's similar, or you can, of course, mix yellow and green to make a yellow green. And to mix pastels or pastel pencil, of course, you just put down one color, put the next color on top, work them together. And this is what I was afraid of. I'm getting caught up in this one petal here, and we're almost to 8:30 here. So I'm going to have to work a little bit quicker. Just going to accentuate it, go right along that line, just so we're clear that this petal layers over the top of the petal underneath it. And I'm going to darken up the green just a little bit with the brown as well. Got a little shadow coming out here. It's almost like this petal is folded over or had a little bit of a fold in it. But it's a big petal down here. A lot of area to cover. And there's all these little intricate shadows and things that we could spend days on, putting all kinds of detail in there if we wanted to. Further. And now I'm going to go with the white, and we're going to make small little circles here, and it's going to kind of move that brown and blue together. It's going to soften up those areas. It's going to make them lighter, of course, and maybe just a bit of blue as well, just to put some shadow in there. So I'm going to start with the brown, and then I'm going to go back on top with a deeper red and let those guys stand out a little bit. And let's just have an indication of the stalk coming up here. I'm going to go crazy with it. Let's do this piece up here. So and just a piece hitting here. All right, let's really make things darker now with the umber here. So hopefully this will mix nicely with the blue that we've already got down. And it'll start to make a nice, darker, more natural looking green up there. So a little bit of brown, a little bit of blue. And if you accidentally go over the edge just a little bit, you can always clean it up with the petals. Finish this evening. One little piece here I want to fix here, just a little bit of a mark got away from us, I think, up there at the top. Then if you don't have any pastel pencils, you should definitely go pick some up and give it a shot. I hope you were able to pick up a couple things in the last 2 lessons, like I said. If you enjoyed this video and you're ready to learn more, why not check out 4 video courses, live instruction, and over 6,000 minutes of art instruction, which include ebooks, live lessons, lesson plans, and more. Just click on the button to learn more now.